Hello friends, let us discuss the important news for 18th of March 2020. So ex-Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi has been nominated by the President of India to the Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house of Indian Parliament, and it has been clouded under controversy because supposedly the retired judges are not expected to take up post-retirement appointments, especially under the government of India or of any state government. Now, in this particular case, let us first understand the provision under which Justice Gogoi has been nominated. So, the Rajya Sabha has a provision where 12 members from the fields of art, science, literature, and social service can be nominated to the Rajya Sabha by the President of India so that their expertise can be of use in framing and legislating various laws that are passed by the Parliament of India. And since the judges are a reservoir of knowledge and experience, their nomination to the Rajya Sabha should not be a problem in usual circumstances. However, considering the fact that Justice Gogoi was the Chief Justice of India and he had retired in November 2019, and just after 4 months this appointment has come through, is the major reason for the controversy. Also, because Justice Gogoi was heading the benches that delivered some key judgments in the past few months, including the Ayodhya judgment and the Rafale deal judgment. And since both these judgments included the government of India, and according to some perceptions, in these two judgments, the government was granted relief in some way or the other, points to the fact that Justice Gogoi's nomination cannot be free from controversies. However, there is another side of the same story, which is that first of all, the Ayodhya verdict was a unanimous verdict. So there were 5 judges on the bench, and the judgment was by 5-0 majority. That means the independence of the judiciary cannot be doubted. Also, in the Rafale deal judgment, the judges have also maintained that it was based on merits and facts, and no bias can be attributed to the decision in that particular case. Similarly, this is not unprecedented that Justice Gogoi has been nominated to the House. Earlier also, in the year 1998, the retired Chief Justice of India, Justice Ranganath Misra, was elected to the Rajya Sabha. However, that was not by way of nomination, that was by way of election. So he fought the election for the Rajya Sabha, and he went to the Rajya Sabha and served there for his 6-year term from 1998 to 2004. So to say that for the first time a judge or Chief Justice of India has gone to the Parliament, especially to the Rajya Sabha, is wrong. And it is for the second time actually. Also, Justice Gogoi has maintained that he has joined the Rajya Sabha for nation building. So he wants to contribute his experience and knowledge to the lawmaking procedure of the Parliament, and that is why he has given his assent to become a member of Rajya Sabha. Also, the rules in no way bar any retired judge or Chief Justice from becoming a member of Rajya Sabha or of any House of Parliament. Therefore, there is no legal hindrance as far as becoming a member of Rajya Sabha or any House of Parliament is concerned. However, ethically speaking, a cooling off period is always expected for judges as well as Chief Justice of India before they accept any post-retirement appointment. According to the former Union Minister and late Mr. Arun Jaitley, the post-retirement benefits or post-retirement appointments to the judges have an impact on their pre-retirement judgments. Therefore, this statement should be read in this particular context, and some cooling off period must be included in laws as well as in various rules of the Government of India that should include a period for which the judges and other prominent independent autonomous constitutional bodies should not be able to take up their post-retirement appointments. For example, in case of the Controller and Auditor General of India, and in case of the Union Public Service Commission's chairman and members, they cannot take up post-retirement appointments under the union government or under any state government. This has been done to maintain their independence. Since the Controller and Auditor General is concerned with auditing the accounts and budgets of the center and the state government, and the Union Public Service Commission chairman is tasked with maintaining the merit system. Therefore, these two autonomous agencies can maintain their independence only if they do not accept any post retirement appointments under the government, so that they cannot be lured by the government in any way. The same logic should also apply to the Supreme Court and High Court judges, and there should be legislative framework for that. Since there is no legislative framework as of now, therefore at present it is not a legal problem. But there is a legal void here which is needed to be filled by the legislature and the executive, and only then it can be implemented. The coronavirus disease 2019 has seen its third death in India. So the government has allowed the use of anti-HIV drug for high-risk patients above the age of 60 years. We had discussed in this space previously that the lopinavir and ritonavir combination drug, which is usually used for second-line HIV medication, has recovered a patient in Jaipur. So it has been proven effective in one particular case. So it has been recommended by the Union Health Ministry that this particular drug shall be used on a case-to-case basis on high-risk patients aged above 60 years, because they are at a higher risk of mortality. Therefore, on a case-by-case basis, this particular drug combination can be used, which is actually used in anti-HIV treatment. Also, the government has banned passengers from 3 more countries, Afghanistan, Philippines, and Malaysia, because of the higher risk factor of patients coming from these countries. Afghanistan has its border with Iran, and Iran, along with Italy and China, have seen the maximum number of cases in the world. Therefore, passengers coming from Iran have been banned by the government of India. Similarly, the passengers coming from Philippines and Malaysia, because the number of cases in these two countries has risen dramatically. On the other hand, the Indian Council of Medical Research has given a positive news, and according to the Indian Council of Medical Research, the random tests have not shown community spread. So community spread is that stage of the virus infection where the virus spreads rapidly. So until now, India has seen a little over 130 cases. That means the community spread is not there. The moment the community spread is noticed, that means the virus will go from hundreds to thousands, and from thousands to lakhs in a matter of days. But since India is still in this particular stage, the community spread has not been noticed, which is a positive development for India. And for this particular thing, the World Health Organization has praised the efforts of the government of India and various other agencies for controlling the spread of this particular virus by stepping up vigilance at various airports, by setting up isolation wards and quarantine wards at various ports and airports, and also by the efforts of sanitizing various public places. Also, the students from India who are studying in United Kingdom are struggling to come back to India after all the flights have been banned by the government there as well as in India. So all this is one of the side effects of globalization that we can see. The Lok Sabha has cleared a bill to extend the upper limit for permitting abortion. So for abortion, the act, that was Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, it permitted that any woman up to the gestation period of 20 weeks can abort her fetus, but beyond that, on a case-by-case basis, she needs to seek the permission of the court. But in the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020, this upper limit of 20 weeks has been extended to 24 weeks for vulnerable women. Now, vulnerable women include the women including rape survivors, victims of incest, differently abled women, and minors as well. So these women will be able to seek abortion up to 24 weeks of age of gestation limit. And this has been done because with the passage of time, the technology has advanced so much that even up till 24 weeks of gestation period, legally safe abortion is possible. So there was a scope for increasing the upper gestational limit for termination of pregnancy. That is why it has been allowed. Also, this has been done to widen the choices for the vulnerable women. Now they can take the choice, because if they do not want the pregnancy, if they do not want the child, they can terminate the pregnancy at their own wish. The Supreme Court, 1 month after its direction to the Permanent Commission for Women in the Indian Army, including in the command postings, just 1 month after that particular judgment, which we discussed in this particular space, the Supreme Court has now cleared the same Permanent Commission to women in Navy as well. So those women who are serving as short service commission officers will now be entitled to be considered for grant of permanent commission in the Indian Navy as well. So when granted permanent commission, the women naval officers will be able to retire and will also be enabled to the grant of pension. We discussed that for the grant of pension, 20 years of service is mandatory. But in short service commission, the maximum permissible term was 14 years. So now that the women in Indian Navy have been granted permanent commission, they will be able to retire and they will also be entitled to the benefits of pension. And this has been done to equate them with the women officers in the Indian Navy as well. Let us see an MCQ based on the nomination of Justice Gogoi to the Rajya Sabha. So from Indian polity, this is a multiple choice question. Choose the incorrect statement. As per the Constitution of India, the term of a Rajya Sabha member is 6 years. The President cannot dissolve the Rajya Sabha. The Vice President is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha, and 1/3 of Rajya Sabha members retire after every 2 years. So let us see it statement by statement. As per the Constitution of India, the term of a Rajya Sabha member is 6 years. Now this statement is partially correct. The term of Rajya Sabha member is 6 years. This is correct, but not as per the Constitution of India. This provision is not written in the Constitution of India. So this is the incorrect statement. This provision is actually written in the Representation of People Act 1951. So nowhere in the Constitution has it been mentioned that the term of a Rajya Sabha member will be 6 years. It was left to the Parliament of India to decide, and the Parliament enacted a law, Representation of People Act 1951, in which the term of Rajya Sabha member is mentioned. The second statement is the President cannot dissolve the Rajya Sabha. This statement is correct. The President cannot dissolve the upper house. The President can dissolve only the lower house of Parliament, that is the Lok Sabha. Therefore, upper house cannot be dissolved. The Vice President is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. This statement is also correct. And 1/3 of Rajya Sabha members retire after every 2 years. This statement is also correct. This provision has been done to give continuity to the members of Parliament and continuity to this House of Parliament. So the first statement is incorrect because this provision is not in the Constitution of India but in the Representation of People Act. So thank you everyone. This has been the news analysis for 18th of March 2020.